Good morning. How is everyone today? Morning, Jeannie, CJ, Maria, Greg, CW, and Mike, family, all those others who are watching. I can't remember their names at the moment, but there's a few of you. Thank you very much. Today is Wednesday, March 22nd, 2023. And let us begin Mass, and I'll talk a little bit more about the banking from the book. Try to keep it short and sweet. Before I do that, I'm going to take a swig of water. In nomine Deum, Patronum Nostri, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Gracias. The central bank is controlled by the movements of gold when the gold standard is functioning. An export of gold forces the central bank to reduce the credit balances of the private banks. Okay. Now this, we're going to get into now the meaning of inflation and deflation. We have seen that by far the greater part, in fact all, except less than 2% of the exchange medium in use in Great Britain, comes into existence as a loan from the banks. Oops, I forgot to print the rest of that chapter. Okay, we're gonna skip that today then. We'll print that today, and I'll go on talking about the meaning of inflation and deflation tomorrow. All right. We're moving right along, which is good. We're understanding the issues of a monetary system and how it is so important to have it right in a Catholic society. And again, we're here to plant the seeds for that to come, because I don't think this current system can be like adopted and corrected. It has to be destroyed, and God will see to that. Well, actually, man will do it himself. So let us place ourselves in the presence of God, and in Catholic contemplation humbly adore the Trinitarian Theophany. Most holy and adorable Trinity, one God and three divine beings, I believe that thou art here present. I adore thee with the deepest humility. I render to thee with my whole heart the homage which is due to thee. O my God, I love thee above all things with my whole heart and soul, because thou art, O good and worthy of all love. I love my neighbor as myself for love of thee, and I forgive all who have injured me, and ask pardon of all whom I have injured. Let us thank God for the many graces that we receive and offer our sufferings up to the Trinitarian Theophany and to the souls in purgatory. O my God, I most humbly thank thee for all the favors thou hast bestowed upon me to the present moment. It is again thanks to thy bounty that I should live to see this day, and I desire to employ it solely in thy service. I consecrate to thee all my thoughts, words, actions, and sufferings of this day. Sanctify them, O God, that there may be none that is not animated by thy love, or that would not tend to thy greater glory. Let us make a firm resolution to avoid evil and to do good, and let us beg of God the graces which are necessary to us. O my God, thou knowest my weakness, and that I am unable to do anything good without the help of thy grace. Deny me not thy grace, O God, proportionate to my necessities. Give me strength to avoid everything which thou forbiddest, to practice the good which thou hast commanded, and enable me patiently to bear all the trials which it may please thee to send me. O God, Our Lady, I place myself under thy protection. I throw myself with confidence into the arms of thy compassion. Be to me, O Mother of Mercy, my refuge in distress, my consolation in suffering, now and at the hour of my death. O my God, I am heartily sorry for having offended thee, and I detest all my sins because I dread the loss of heaven and the pains of hell. But most of all because I have offended thee, my God, who art good and deserving of all my love. I firmly resolve, with the help of thy grace, to confess my sins, to do penance, and to amend my life. Deum vobiscum, quoque apud te. Oremus. O God, the Creator and Redeemer of all the faithful, grant to the souls of thy servants and handmaids the remission of all their sins, that they may obtain, by loving prayers, the forgiveness which they have always desired, who livest and reignest with thee, one God, forever and ever. Suscipe Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, Hanc Immaculatum Hostium. Omega in nus famulus tuus, affediti Deum meum vivum et verum. Pro in nomine vidibus peccatis et offensionibus et negligentis meis, et promnibus circumstantibus, sed promnibus fidelibus catalocorum vivis aquae defunctis, ut mihi et idis proficietat salutem. Deum qui humani substanti dignitate midibidito condidici et midibidus reformatio de nobis per hus aquae divin mysterium eis divinitatis et secant sortis qui divinitatis nostrae, fieri dignatis es patriceps. Deum Iesum Christum Filium, qui tecum vivit et reinat in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Offerimus tibi Deum cadicem saetaris, tuum de peccatis clementium, ut conspecto divine majestatis tuae, pro nostra totius mundi salute cum odore suavitatis ascendat. In spiritu humilitatis et in animo, cogitus suscipiam arata Deum Iesum Christum, et sequiet sacrificium nostrum ec spiritu hodie, uplacia tibi Deum matronam nostri et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, veni sanctificator, Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, et benedicite blata prosequendo, et accepere hoc sacrificium tuo sanctum nomini preparatum, suscipe Sancta Trinitas, concumbrationem quam tibi efferimus, sub amore passionis, resurrectionis et ascensionis Deum Iesum Christum, et in honoram Dei matronam nostri et Papa Peter Sanctorum, et istorum et omnium Sanctorum, ut idis proficiet ad honorem. Nobis autem et salutem, et ili pro nobis intercedere dinter in celis, orum amore magimus in te Spiritum Christum Deum nostrum. Orate, ut meum ec vestrum sacrificium acceptabile fiera per Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. suscipiat Deum Iesum Christum, sacrificium de manibus tuis, et laudam et gloriam nomini sui ad utilitatem, quoque nostram, totiusque ecclesiae sue sanctae. Deum vobiscum, quoque apote, sursum corda, habemus a Deum, gratias agamus Deum nostrum, dinium et justum est. Dei clementissimi Mater Pater, Deum Matron Nostrae, Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, Deum Iesum Christum Filium Tuum, Deum Nostrae Subitus Agamus ac petimus, ut accepte bese benedicas ex sanctam sacrificium ilibata. In primisque tibi efferimus pro ecclesiam tuam sanctam, catholicam compacificare, custodire ad honore, et regere divinis toto orbiterarum atque catholicae. Memento Deum famulorum famulociturum. We pray for the sick and the suffering. We pray for Neil and Earl Lively, Maria Josephina Mose, Henry and Benedict Santa Croce, Mr. Nobody, Zenedo Luis and Amparo Cantu, Julian Galavis, Luis Antonio Cantu, Jenna and Lena, Lori, Aaron, and family. We pray for Mr. Nobody to receive the funding and strength needed to complete the first Sedevacantist Catholic Council office in Monastery of Illinois. We pray for an end to all governmental allowance or sanctioning of abortion or trans anything of any kind, anywhere, any place, or any time. We pray for the establishment of a Catholic monarchy with a sound Catholic system of labor and medium exchange and human value. We pray for courageous men to step forward as leaders of this Catholic society who have not been tainted by the injections of mRNA. We pray for the conversion of all sinners trapped in a state of mortal sin, especially the ignorant. We pray that pride is removed when people learn of the truths here presented at OurLadyIsGod.com, and that they might see the truth and simplicity of the discoveries there. We pray for wisdom on how to raise, grow, prepare natural foods for our families in small farms. We pray for the large farms to resist the temptation to go along with the satanic instructions sent forth by Larry Fink and Michael Bloomberg, that they might work in an honorable and moral way. We pray for the elimination of all harmful radiation waves in our air and in our homes, and to shut down CERN, close all AI portals and gateways permanently, and to send Adon and Adonai back to hell. And we pray for the Keller and Kendrick families, as the court system is totally corrupt. We ask Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Matronam Nostrae, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. With this Mass and our rosaries, please cause Europeans in the EU to blame their dire situation on the policies of the European Union. When they are cold and tired this winter, please cause them to remember the European Union and its Jewish influence. Please cause more European member states to reject the EU as Great Britain did, reject the digital EU currency that is being developed, and please force many member states to hold special elections to vote themselves out of the European Union. Deo gratias. And again, I ask that we make God Our Lady more present in an outward fashion in our lives. All these things we ask in accordance with God's holy and divine will. Et omnium circumstantium quorum tibi fides cognita est et nota devotio. Pro quibus tibi efferimus, verque tibi offront hoc sacrificium laudis, pro se suisque omnibus. Pro redemptione annomarum, suarum prospe salutis et tecumlamitatis suae. tibi quid redunt vota sua aeterno Deum vivo et vero. Conut cantes et memoriam venerantes in primis gloriose semper Deum Patram Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Beatorum martyrium tuorum Papa Sancti Petri, et Sancti Lucia, et Sancti Jacinta, et Sancti Francisco, et Sancti Juan Diego, et omnium sanctorum tuorum quorum meritis precibusque concedas, ut in omnibus protectiones tuae monam auxilio per inum Christum Deum nostrum. Quam oblationem de Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum omnibus consecratum acceptabilem configeri di nobis et nobis corpum et sanguinem fiat dilictissime filium tuum Deum Iesum Christum, qui pridie quam pateretur recepit panem in sancta sacramentis manus suas, et derivatis oculis in caelum ad Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum suum omnipotentem tibi gratias agens, consecravit frigide di qui lumis sui dicens, accipite et manducate ex hoc omnes. Hoc est enim corpus meum. Simini modo postquam ceremonias accipiens, et hunc preclaram calicem in sancta sacramentis manus suas, item tibi gratias agens Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum consecravit, dedique luminis sui dicens accipite et bibite ex eo omnes, hic est enim calix sanguinis mei mysterium fidei, qui pro nobis et pro multis affundetur in remissione peccatorum, equatetio feceritis meum cetis. Unde et memoris Deum nostro virtuis et plebs tua sancta iustem Christum filium tuum Deum nostre, tam beate passionis nec non, et ab infidis resurrectionis, sed et in celos gloriose ascensionis afferimus preclare majestatitudi tuis donis ac datis, supra quae perpetuo ac sereno futuris spigeri digneris. Supplices te ragamus, Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum vive hic perferi per manus tuum, ut quod executatis participationem sacrosanctum Deum Filium tuum, corpus et sanguinem sum senimus omni benedictione celestia gratia Dei per amor per in Christum Deum nostre. We pray for those who have died, and we especially pray for May Stelzer, for whom this Mass is being offered. Ipsis Deum et omnibus et crucium crescentibus locum refugere lucis et pacis, ut indulge est precamur per Deum Christum Deum nostrum. Per quem hec omnia Deum Iesum Christum semper bono creas, sanctificas, vivificas, benedictis et prestas nobis. Per ipsum et cum ipso et in ipso, est tibi Deum Matrum omnipotentem in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, omnis honor et gloria. Ave Deum matronam nostra gratia plena Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum tecum, sanctum tuum in mulieribus, Deum matronam nostra matrandem Iesum Christum, misericordia nobis peccatoribus nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Libera nos quae sumus Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Ab omnibus malis praeteritis presentibus et futuris, et intercedente beata gloriosa semper Deum matronam nostrae, cum Papa Petrum Sanctorum et omnibus sanctis da propitius pacem in Deibus nostris. Ut per misericordia tui aduite et peccato simbus limeri, et ovanu perturbazione secoli. Per in nom Deum nostrum, Iesum Christum, Filium Tuum, Deum nostrum, qui tiga vivit renat in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per aeternam. Pax Deum Iesum Christum sit semper vobiscum, et quoque apote. Ecce mixtio consecratio corporis et sanguinis Deum Iesum Christum fiat excipentibus nobis in et salutem aeternam. Pax tecum, et quoque apote. Deum Iesum Christum, qui ex voluntate Deum matronam nostrae, corporante Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per mortem tuum unum vivificasti, libera me per sacro sanctum corpus et sanguinem tuum abonibus iniquitatibus meis. Et universis malis, et fac me tui semper inharare mandatis, et aut nunquam separari permittas, qui cum eodem Deum matronam nostrae et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum vivis et regnam aeternam. Perceptio corporis tui Deum Iesum Christum, quod ego in inusum repressim anonimi provinit in editio condemnationem. Sed pro tua pietate prosit mihi et tudum indebedis corporis, et ad me Deum percipiam qui vivis et reinas, cum Deum matronam nostrae in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Panem celestem accipiam, et nomen Deum Iesum Christum invocabo. Deum matronam nostrae non sum dignus, ut ictus subjectum meis in tacta verbis subterranea mea. Deum Iesum Christum non sum dignus, ut ictus subjectum meis in tacta verbis subterranea mea. Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum non sum dignus, ut ictus subjectum meis in tacta verbis subterranea mea. Corpus Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet anima mea. Quid retribuam Deum Iesum Christum pro omnibus creditur mihi? Calicem salutaris accipiam et nomen Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum invocabo. Ad ans invocabo Deum matronam nostrae et ab inimicis meis salvus ero. Sanguis Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet anima meam. Quod sensimus Deum Iesum Christum puramente capiamus et immuna et tempora fiat nobis remedium sempiternam. Corpus tuum Deum Iesum Christum, quod subse sanguis quempit haberis sceribus meis et presta, ut in me non renere scelera macula quem pura sancta repetiena sacramenta. Deum vobiscum, et quoque apote. Oremus. O my Deum Iesum Christum, please pardon my sins and save me from the fires of hell. Please deliver all souls from purgatory, especially those in most need. And may the prayer of thy suppliants profit the souls of thy servants and handmaids, we beseech thee, O God, that thou mayest free them from all sins and make them sharers in thy redemption, who livest and reignest with thee, one God, forever and ever. Deum vobiscum, et quoque apote, ite missa est. Deum gratia. Pacia tibi sancto Trinitam obsequem servitutis mei, presu ut sacrificium coroclis, tue majestatis in inus autoritibus et totale miquet omnibus proquibus, illud autolicite miserante perpetuale per Christum Deum nostrum. Benedicat vos omnipotens Deum, Matronam et Filium et Spiritum Sanctum, Deum Matronam Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Gracias. Prayers after Mass. Please forgive my sluggishness today and my popping fire. Very noisy. Oh my God, I believe, I adore, I hope, and I love thee. I beg of thee pardon for those who do not believe, do not adore, do not hope, and do not love thee. Most Holy Trinitarian Theophany, I adore thee profoundly, and I offer to thee the most precious body, blood, soul, and divinity of God Jesus Christ, present here in reparation for the outrages, sacrileges, and indifference by which he himself is offended. And through the infinite merits of his most sacred heart and the immaculate heart of God our Lady, I beg of thee the conversion of poor sinners. In nomine Deum Matronam Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Gracias. I was watching a video yesterday on a interview between an exorcist and or an interview with an exorcist. It was very interesting how the different types of demonic interference there is in the world, and he was explaining the differences. And although he is lost in the understanding, so it makes it hard to really understand whether or not he has any power over them or if they're just entertaining him. But there is the point is that there is a huge increase in possessions, obsessions, and oppressions. So learning the difference was very important, and commanding with the power of the Trinitarian Theophany is the weapon. And again, the more we sin, the more we have the demons get closer to us and have the ability to influence us. So it's extremely important to keep saying the rosary as that protection and that temptation. So when we are tempted to sin, let us be reminded of the Trinitarian Theophany, the vision of Saint Sister Lucia, and I guarantee you the temptation will go away. So it's good to keep a picture around and adorn your living quarters and your living space with signs and sacramentals, and that will keep the demons away. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow, Thursday, and the same time, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And I thank you again for all your donations. The altar cloths have arrived yesterday. We're going to put we're going to get these, we're going to save these big giant candlesticks for, I think I might see if the chapel at the Sedevacantist Council on Office will be able to use them. And I'm going to have some smaller wall sconces that we can put the candles on. And I'm going to get the candles that fit the actual thing, the holders. Thank you. Please go out and sanctify all those you meet. We'll see you tomorrow.